Hello everybody, today I will be making a video on if the 1992 candidates ran today. Now of course this does have some weird, but basically I guess what I'm doing is if today's politics were how 1992 was. So in this scenario, George W. Bush was the last president and not Biden. So that does do some stuff, and I have added Ross Perot because I actually think he would do a lot better than George W. Bush in this scenario, and we'll get into that. So first, we'll get into the safe states, which of course are their usual. I think New York's safe. Uh, Massachusetts, of course, all these areas are still safe. 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 Now, George W. Bush. Now, I don't actually think there are any safe states for George W. Bush or Ross Perot in this scenario. Now, I do think Ross Perot gets a bigger share of the popular vote compared to George W. Bush. Because today's politics right now are so emphasized on the last president. Like, Joe Biden had internal polling that showed he was going to get a 400 electoral blowout if he stayed in. Of course, because of how old he was. And the economy. So I think back then, yes, the economy was doing bad. But I think it actually mattered. It still mattered a lot, but I think it mattered less than it does to the voter now. So I think Ross Perot will actually win states in this scenario. Now, of course, Bill Clinton does still take New Hampshire, but I think Ross Perot takes this district of Maine. Now, I know that does sound crazy, but I think he can do it. Of course, Bill Clinton would still win New Jersey. Now, we could see maybe Ross Perot win Minnesota, because in 2000, Minnesota is the only place to ever vote for a Reform Party candidate, and maybe this sort of feeling to vote for the Reform Party candidate is still there, but I still think Bill Clinton would win it, but we'll talk about that later. So we'll get into the safe states, which actually, no safe states, like I said. Bum bum. Now, I think Montana and Idaho both go to Ross Perot in this scenario. Then, I do think if it was, let's just Bill Clinton versus Ross Perot would easily win over him. But because of these two going against each other, but also Ross Perot had this huge thing about the debt, which is something a lot of Republicans care about right now. So I wouldn't be surprised if Ross Perot wants a few more states over here. Then I think Ross Perot would actually win Florida and Texas. He is from Texas, remember that. And I'm kind of doing this for fun, so don't take super serious. Though there's gotta be some people in the comments being like, actually, Ross Perot wouldn't win any states because he's third party, and Americans hate third party. Vibe out, just vibe out with me. But then this would lead to Bill Clinton taking Iowa. He would win Arizona, but because Bill Clinton did have a much better border policy, so let's say the border was still an issue, I think Bill Clinton could win Arizona. And then maybe Ross Perot wins Nevada, if anything, but I think Bill Clinton also takes Nevada. Ross Perot would take Alaska. And he would take Missouri. George W. Bush would take Louisiana. George W. Bush would take West Virginia and Kentucky and South Carolina, for Ross Perot to take Tennessee and Ohio. While George W. Bush would also still win Indiana. No, actually, cause let's Wyoming would still go there. Actually, I think Rossboro does take Indiana in this scenario. Oh, Bill Clinton, of course, still will take uh Illinois. Yeah, but I do think with the if they were running in modern politics, I think Rossboro would definitely he did have some left viewing politics, but I think this really does more split the vote between the conservatives more than the liberals. Bill Clinton would win North Carolina and Virginia, which gets him over the hump. And then we could maybe see Ross Perot win Illinois, but I still think Bill Clinton wins that. And this is my election map for the 1992 candidates ran on today's politics. Or another scenario. Okay, for my map. Here's the other scenario. Ross Perot splits the liberal and conservative vote. Okay, in that case, I think he wins Oregon, Nevada, Arizona. Okay, here's a better map of what I actually think would happen. This is what I think would happen if Ross Perot, George W. Bush, and Bill Clinton all ran today. Thank you all for watching and peace out.